Hi, everybody. This is Mike Kerr, and this is the future of America. Guys, we took a little hiatus during the winter months because we live way up in the mountains of Idaho, and it just gets a little tough to do these every day of the week. But we're back now. We are going to today go over some of the latest news stories. And also, we're going to additionally have guests on this show now a couple of times a week and just give you some interviews and some other opinions besides just mine. So look, let's get right into it today. You know, what's going on out there? The first thing I want to talk about today is the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Can someone please explain to me what the purpose of this thing is? What a joke. I mean, first of all, if they're a correspondent, we don't believe them anyway, right? And then you take a look at it. Now, listen, I realize taxpayer dollars don't pay for it. It's a 501c3, and the money they raise supposedly goes to pay for scholarships and some things like that. But what a joke. I mean, listen, taxpayers' money goes to it. The Secret Service has to be there because Uncle Joe was up there making a fool of himself again. And, you know, it's just all these, like, who cares if Kim Kardashian and the guy she's dating are there? Who cares about that? Who cares about Martha Stewart? And if Martha Stewart is there? I just don't understand why they even bothered to do this. It's another example of how incredibly screwed up our government is today. If you notice, the last president, what was his name? Donald Trump, wouldn't go to it. So, you know, I mean, why not just cut the whole thing out and take all that money they raise and put it to good use rather than spend it on some fiasco just to inflate their egos? Just my thoughts on that one. And now here's another one. Nancy Pelosi goes to the Ukraine. I'm sorry, guys, but the Ukraine is doomed now. There's no doubt about it. Look what she's done to our country. I mean, why? What can she possibly do? She's completely screwed up our country. The state of California is an absolute disaster. Now she's going to the Ukraine to try and help with that mess. And on top of that, guess who else goes? Angelina Jolie? What the heck? Do you see why everything is such a mess? I mean, unbelievable. And okay, let's look at another thing that's totally in front of our face every single day as if it is a national crisis. And what is that? The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. Now, look, it's been known by people, there's a common term out there that says two ding-dongs don't make a bell. Well, guess what? In this case, the only thing that's happened out of this case so far is they have proved the theory that two ding-dongs don't make a bell. I mean, it's just unbelievable, and you cannot get away from it. Everywhere you turn, everywhere you go, that's what's out there. Oh, she cut his finger off. Oh, he hit him. Oh, he peed in his house. You know, I mean, come on. We are better than that, America. Just stop watching it. Stop caring about it. I mean, even Johnny Depp doesn't watch his own movies, which, hey, big deal. I don't watch his movies, but come on. We are much better than that here in America. And now look, this is one that really, if you want to talk about putting a bee in my bonnet, so to speak, the Missouri Attorney General will investigate a school district, for giving students as young as 4 surveys that quiz them on race, sexual orientation, and their parents' political beliefs. What the heck? I mean, what right does anyone have to, excuse me, to ask those questions? What right? Especially of a 4-year-old. Are you kidding me? I mean, I'll tell you what, I think what the AG ought to do is you just ought to take every person that was involved with that and throw them in jail. That would be the way to do it. And it gets worse. This really gets worse. In Florida, a mother sues 13-year-old daughter's school district and their teachers after they created a transgender, hang on, I don't want to get this wrong, a transgender support plan, okay, without going to the mother or the parents and getting their consent. So, I mean, she started to question her gender, and rather than talk to the parent and say, hey, this is what's going on, they give her a support plan. I mean, the world has gone to hell in a handbasket. I mean, this is just purely insanity. Why can't we let little boys and little girls be little boys and little girls? Now, look, when they get to be 18 or something like that, when they want to decide that, oh, I'm not a boy anymore, or, oh, I'm not a girl anymore, well, then that's on them. But to force feed it in our schools, that is sickening, in my opinion, just in my humble opinion. So, what do we do about that is the key question. Well, here's what we do. We all stand up and we all say, we've had enough. We're not going to take it anymore. We're tired of this gender confusion garbage out there. It's not right to do this in our schools. What it is indoctrination. It's purely indoctrination. Think about that one. Now, here's a funny one. The White House can't imagine why Americans would fear their dystopian disinformation board led by this crazy, crazy woman who thinks she's Mary Poppins. And, after the truth about she lied about COVID, Russia, and Hunter Biden, she suppressed information. How can we trust them? How can we trust them? And why should we trust them? And who put Mary Poppins in charge of all this? Oh, Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe did it. There's another article out there today about how Uncle Joe, he is being blamed for the rise in inflation. Well, Joe, here's what I can say. Things are looking up. Yeah, the price of gas is looking up. The price of food is looking up. The price of clothing is looking up. They're all up. Inflation is at the highest it's ever been. You spent $3 trillion, I think it is. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but I think it's $3 trillion to stimulate the economy. And you sure did. You made prices and everything else go up. And now we're right on the cusp of inflation, like we haven't seen it in decades. Thank you, Joe. Someone who can't even remember his name half the time. How did this happen? I mean, how did this really happen? Now, on a positive note, I have to tip my hat to Boston, the city of Boston. Okay, so the courts in Boston decided, first of all, I guess it was somewhere in Boston, I think it was a city building in Boston, forbid this guy from flying a Christian flag. It was a flag with a cross on it. And it went to court, and the courts found that the city of Boston, or the entity that told him he couldn't do it, discriminated against him. He won the case. The good guys won for once. But you see, that's what we need to do. We need to stand up and we need to hold these people accountable. The world's a mess. The Ukraine, everything going on in the Ukraine, Russia, Putin, who, I don't know, he's supposed to go in for some cancer operation and turn the power over to his minion, So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But you know what? The important thing is, guys, faith over fear. Don't be afraid. Have faith. We are bigger than all of this, and we can overcome. We can overcome it, and we can move forward. Well, listen, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow with some news stories, and we'll have a guest this week. And we're going to try and do some neat things on their show for you for the rest of the summer until next winter. So listen, until I see you tomorrow, God bless each and every one of you. And don't forget, never, ever give up, and always get out there and help people. We'll see you next time on The Future of America.